So, good morning, good afternoon, based on the location. So now I am going to install the MariaDB and let's see how we are going to do it. So in this module, we will go and we will install the MariaDB. So first of all, make sure when you are going to install, you have to create the repository. Why the repository is needed? Because based on the repository, the download will start for your installations. So if we will talk about some things, the installation part, so make sure your MariaDB should be a stable version. I'm not saying go and install the latest version. Always make sure you can use the stable version for the production. So if I can give you the idea, MariaDB 10.3, which we are going to discuss into this training. So here MariaDB 10.3 is the stable version, and it was released on October 9, 2017. So 9th October 2017, and they have lots of enhanced features. They have drop-in replacement of MySQL. So if you remember, the MySQL 8.0 was released at the same times and a few months back, and then the MariaDB come up with a new version based on the MySQL 8.0. So MariaDB can be the better choice for the choice of database professional looking for a robust, scalable, and reliable. So basically, why I said this word, because if you are going to use the MySQL, then you have to pay some cost. Enterprise edition have the cost. Of course, they have also the community edition, which is free, but again, the community edition don't have all the features what the enterprise edition have, and that's why the MariaDB came into the pictures to give the free of cost those things. So here we will talk about the MariaDB has a number of update features which is going to be used during the class, and we can use the lots and lots features which is introduced into the MariaDB. Give me the some things and then we can proceed for further. Got it? So I have to use this and then based on that we can choose. I hope it is clear to you. Good. So first we are going to do the repository. So for your repository, what we have to do, the basic things, when we are adding the yum repository in our system, so we are creating a new repo file, and this repo file we will give the location of for the download and other things. So I have already added into my system. Let me show you that how to add it. So simply you have to create a file into your etc directory yum and then repos t, and then you can give MariaDB.repo. So this is the way etc yum repos. Don't forget to d, and then I have to give the MariaDB repo. Repo name can be anything, but always make sure like that. Give the meaningful name. Okay. So if you can see here, what I have mentioned here, I have mentioned here the MariaDB. So this will be my service name that we have to give. Then we have to give the name. So that's the MariaDB again. And where is my base? So base URL I am giving the download location. So this is the location yum.mariadb.org. Over there, which version I am choosing? So 10.3. On where I am installing? So Red Hat Linux. 7. So I am installing on Oracle Linux, which is exactly the same. Oracle Linux, Red Hat Linux, or CentOS, those all are the same. 99.5% is the same. So those are over there. The key value is available here. So from there I am using. So let me save it and exit. So once you will save and exit, now your first task is done, which is that means the your repository is available. Now we are going to install the MariaDB. So when we are going to install the MariaDB, we have to take the few things in the mind. So what are the things we have to keep into mind? Of course. So when we are installing, that means we are installing on other dependency automatically. Why I am using the yum? Because based on the yum, as I said during the theory class, if there is some repository or some RPM is depend on the other RPM, so that will be also taken care of the there. So let me go. Sudo is not required here because I am logging as a root users, but yes, I can do with the sudo. That's a standard practice because when you are installing into your production, you don't have the sudo access. So put the yum and then I can do the install. So I am installing here. I have done sudo yum and then what I am installing. So I have to use install and then I am installing MariaDB server. Also I am installing the client. If you need only server, then no need to write this word because I am not connecting directly with the server instead of that client. So that's why we are going to install. Okay, press the enter key. So you can see based on the repository which you have given, they have started downloading from the repository. And what it is saying, okay, the 35 MB they are going to download. Got it? And then installation size will be 177 M. So here I am going to use that one. Press the Y. So it is taking the transactions. Now installation has started after download. So if you can see here, which version they are installing, 10.3. Why they have taken the 10.3? Because in the my repository I have mentioned 10.3. If you will not mention like that in the yum, always it will take the latest one. Got it? So make sure you can choose the proper one and then you can install it. So installation is done. You can see here. So all the dependency and other things is installed. The alternative way to install it simply like the Linux what you are using. So you have to go for the group install. You have to create and then you can write MariaDB. Got it? So you can create the users, giving them the group installation privilege and those are the things similar to the Oracle. So I'm not going to this one. Got it? Now my installation is done. So as the installation is done, my MariaDB package completed. So we have to start the server. Am I correct? Well, by default it is not started. So let me start the server and then we can see what version we have and other things. So for that I am going to use the systemctl. What is the system? So I am controlling the system. That's why the word called system. CTL means control and then start MariaDB. So I am starting the MariaDB. So it is started. Now I need to enable it. Got it? Why we need to enable it? Because the firewall policy and other things, the restart of the OS, those are the things will check. Okay. So if you can see here, once I enable, the symbolic link is created. For what? MariaDB service, they have created a symbolic link. Got it? So that way, whenever my service will start, they will check from the link and they will start it automatically during the OS. Now, can I check the status? Yes, you can. Let me see. And this time, I have to use a word called status. So in the status, you can see this was not there in the previously. So if you can see here, my MariaDB service, which is running 10.3.16 database servers, where it is loaded. So this is my base locations where it is, and from there I am running. So if you can see, my service is active and running as of now. Got it? And based on that, you can create the things. Got it? Those all. Yeah, this is your main. From there, it is running. What are the plugin you have? So plugging the storage engine, another thing we will talk later on. So as of now, just you have checked the status, it is running. Okay. Is it okay? My installation is done? Yeah, your installation is done, but not it is secure. Anyone can log in because by default the password and other things is null in the Linux. In the Windows during the installation, it will ask you the password. So what we have to do? We have to secure our environment. So securing MariaDB environment. So now it's time to secure our database which we have installed the MariaDB 10.3. So for that, what we have to do? We have to do couple of steps. First, we have to give the password for the root user. As of now, anyone can log in MariaDB without password. So that's why we have to give the password for the users. Then we have to disable the remote login. Why? See, disabling the remote login for the root. So I don't want the super user can log in from out of our network. Okay, so that's why you can disable that. Okay. Apart from that, we can remove the MariaDB or the MySQL supply databases like the performance schema or the test or the MySQL. So those are the performance schema. Don't remove because this is will be used for the further. So just a guideline. Okay, pre-default configure database we have to remove because in the production we don't need those database. Am I correct? Yeah. So that way we have to always remove it, and then we have to remove the anonymous user. To do it properly. Okay, so that way we are able to do it. Now let me try it. So let me try to secure MariaDB. So for that, what I am going to do, I am going to the there's two way. Directly we can use MySQL underscore secure and then installation. This is the way we can do it. Got it? They will ask you the couple of questions and then we can do. Like enter the current password for the root. So by default, as of now, default is none. So we are giving none. Then setting the root password, what you want. So I am giving here the name called set root. Again the same password. So set root. Oh shit. So set root password. Yes, I have to give. So the password which I am giving. So I have shown you my password is set root because whenever you are the location, you can give the password as per your choice. So I have just shown here. So what is the password I am using? Set root. These two you don't have to give. This is just for your reference purpose. I typed okay, this is my password. So the people who are joining from the online and the classroom, they will not confuse. Got it? Do you know remove the anonymous user? No, as of now I don't need to remove it because this is not a production database, so I can go with a different way. So I have done. And disallow the root login remotely? No, because it's just test. But whenever in the production, then we have to remove it. Why? And then remove the test database and access to it? No, I don't want to remove it. Go reload the privilege table? Yes, because I have changed the password for the root user. So this is the one way. The another way is also there. Same we can do, and then we can directly go onto the path where suppose you are onto not your bash or something is not set. So then you can go on to that location /usr bin, and then over there you can do it. So this is the alternative way we can do it. Same I am doing. So this time, what is my password? Set root. Last time it was none. Change the root password. Do you want to change? Let me see. Yes. And this time I am giving the password called DBA trainings. So let me give DBA trainings. Then re-enter the password again. DBA. So I have given the password this one, DBA trainings, in a small. Got it? So the DBA training I have given. Remove the anonymous user? No, I don't need. Good. Disallow the root login? No. If you don't want, like the on-call support or something will not happen, because then they have to connect in the VPN and then they can do it. So if you want, last time we did a Y and N, so this time I'm giving yes. I want to disallow the root login remotely. Got it? Remove the test database? No, I don't want to remove it. So because I'm going to show you the further use of those. No. And reload the privilege table? Yes, because I have changed several things, so I have to reload it. That's done. So this way we can secure our environment. Make sure whenever you are doing like this, so you can keep the things into your mind, you can secure the environment, and then is it okay? Now you can see to the customer, okay, it's done. Not at all. Of course, they are giving you the congratulations, all done if you are completed, but it doesn't mean it is up and running. Yes, it is up and running, but we have not tested, so we are not secure it is running. Of course, we know from the process it is running. So after securing the database server, you have to check a certain MariaDB feature, like which version is installed. Because my client was requested for the 10.3, so is it 10.3 or something on different? Why? Because in the repository someone has changed, then it will be a difficult. Got it? So it's a repository in a simple script is there, and from based on that they are doing it. That's why always we have to check it. Now default program argument we have to use, and also log into the MariaDB command. So let me do it, and then we can go ahead for further step. So let me see first my service is running or not. So for that I am using ps-ef, then I am using grep MySQL. So there's a nothing MariaDB. If I can go and say I can use MariaDB, so nothing will be there. But MySQL, you can see the process ID that is running 12761. But MariaDB, when I fire, nothing is there. Got it? Why? Because the process is always the base is the MySQL. That's why. Okay, let me check the version what I am using. So I can do this checking from the OS also. So if you can see the MySQL version 15.1 and distributions, which one? 10.3.16. So that we are using. Got it? Now, can I log into my database? Let's check. So what I'm doing, I am calling the MySQL, that is the means MariaDB. The username I am giving, which user I am logging. So I am logging as a super user root, and the -p will ask you the password. Okay, let me log in. So the password, if you remember, I have given the DBA training. So DBATRANINGS. Now I am using the password. Yes. So what message you got? Access denied by user localhost. Okay, let me connect with the time I have given the correct password, so I am able to log in. Got it? But which database I am connected? None. None means there is no database you have connected. You have just connected with the instance. So let me see the databases we have. So databases. Now if I can connect with the any of the database, like I'm connecting with the MySQL, so I have to use the word called use, and then I have connected with the database called MySQL. Got it? Same way if you have, now I want to show the tables. So what are the tables? These are the predefined tables. So if you can see the table privilege, so all the privilege will be stored here, the log. These all we will discuss into next topic when we are going to setting the firewall and other things, because as of now we have not configured the control file. That means similar to the control file, we have a configuration file which is called stored in the /etc my.conf default, or you can change it. So those we have, and based on that we can create another one. So we can talk about how to configure it. So let me configure the default file locations. Let me exit from here, and the same way you can configure it. Got it? So how we can create it? Okay, let me go. So you have to use /q for quit MariaDB, and then okay. Now if you can see here, I am changing my configuration file. So for that, way I have to do etc my.cnf, and here whatever the character said, like suppose your business has told you, okay, they need a particular character set, and those are the things, so that we can do like that. But as of now I am not doing this because that topic will come later on. Just I'm showing you that way we can do. Always make sure whenever you are installing, then you have to enable the firewall. Of course I have already added here, so there is nothing big challenge for me, but how to add it? So we can use firewall. So I am adding, so that's why I'm adding for permanent, and then you can add what I'm adding. So my service, what was my service name? If you remember, ps-ef, that is MySQL. So I am adding it. By default here you will get a message, it is already added, because in the previous demo I have already added it. Got it? So already enabled. But if it is not enabled, then you will get the only message like success. Got it? Same way like the firewall you have enabled, you can add the port. What is the default port for the MariaDB? No, that is for the SQL Server. So here you can, the port is the default 3306. So we have to use 3306. And which is the protocol I am using? TCP. So network protocol, whichever the protocol you have using, based on that you can add. So what happened? That firewall, once the request will come from outside for this, that will be allowed into your firewall. Got it? Of course, this task will be done by the network admin. We can ask them to add a firewall, or if any is a separate team for the who is managing the firewall, so they have to add those. Is it done? Not at all. We need to reload it. Am I correct? Because until unless we are not reloading, it won't affect. So I have to go for firewall, and then I can say reload. Now it's done. So that's where we are able to do it. So that's for the installations, and then you can log in at any time. That will go. You can log in. You can. This time I want to use a test database. So if you can see, I am logging in a test database. So those are the things we can do. So that's for the installations. Of course, there is alternative way of the installation as we have discussed during the theory, so that we can also add it in the further section when we are going to. Then we can go for the one another example of the temp tar file installation and other things if required. But that is the best way which I have guided you. So thank you. Thanks for your time.